Hello, everyone. We are excited to present Quantum Bridge, our research project developed for the WISER x BQP Global Quantum and Artificial Intelligence Program 2026. Our research is titled Adaptive Quantum Layer Design Framework for Hybrid Quantum Physics-Informed Neural Networks, or AQLDF. Physics-informed neural networks, or PINNs, have become an important approach for solving partial differential equations because they learn directly from physical laws instead of relying on large labeled datasets. However, classical PINs often struggle with slow convergence, optimization instability, and limited expressiveness, especially when solving nonlinear physical systems. Instead of simply asking whether a quantum model performs better than a classical model, our research investigates a deeper scientific question. How does introducing a variational quantum layer change the learning behavior of a physics-informed neural network? We focus on understanding when, why, and how the learning process changes, rather than only comparing final prediction accuracy. To answer this question, we developed a hybrid quantum physics-informed neural network by replacing only the first hidden layer of a classical PIN with a trainable variational quantum circuit. This allows us to directly study the influence of the quantum layer while keeping the rest of the neural network unchanged. The complete model is trained end-to-end using PyTorch together with PennyLane. To validate our methodology, we selected two benchmark partial differential equations. The first is the heat equation, which represents diffusion-dominated systems and has a known analytical solution. The second is Berger's equation, a nonlinear convection diffusion problem with a much more challenging optimization landscape. Since it does not rely on a simple analytical solution in practice, we evaluated it using physics residuals, boundary and initial condition satisfaction, and numerical error metrics. Using these two benchmarks allowed us to evaluate our framework on both smooth and nonlinear physical systems. For every benchmark, we trained both a classical PINN and multiple hybrid quantum PINNs. We systematically varied the number of qubits, circuit depth, data encoding methods, entanglement structures, measurement operators, and random seeds. This enabled us to study how each quantum design choice affects learning behavior and optimization. Our evaluation extended beyond prediction accuracy. We analyzed training loss, P, D, E, residual error, relative L2 error, mean squared error, gradient stability, parameter efficiency, memory usage, training time, explainability, and generalization performance. The experiments showed that the quantum layer does not simply increase model complexity. Instead, it changes the optimization trajectory followed during training, resulting in different learning dynamics and feature representations. Our results were particularly encouraging. For the heat equation, the best hybrid model reduced the mean squared error by approximately 45% compared to the classical baseline. For Berger's equation, the best 4-qubit hybrid configuration achieved approximately a 91% reduction in error, making it the strongest performing model in our study. However, our research also shows that quantum layers are not a universal improvement. Poorly designed quantum circuits may perform worse than classical PINs. This highlights that the success of hybrid quantum models depends strongly on the characteristics of the target problem and the design of the quantum circuit. This insight led to our primary contribution, the Adaptive Quantum Layer Design Framework, or AQLDF. Rather than recommending a single quantum circuit for every problem, AQLDF provides a systematic methodology for selecting quantum layer configurations based on the characteristics of the underlying differential equation. It guides the selection of encoding methods, qubit count, circuit depth, entanglement strategy, and measurement operators using evidence from our experiments. If a quantum configuration does not outperform the classical baseline, the framework recommends retaining the classical PINN. In conclusion, our research demonstrates that variational quantum layers genuinely change the learning dynamics of physics-informed neural networks. Their effectiveness depends on the type of differential equation being solved, and AQLDF provides a practical, evidence-based methodology for designing hybrid quantum models. We believe this work contributes an important step toward integrating quantum computing with scientific machine learning in a systematic and reproducible way. Thank you for your time and attention.